All right, good morning, everyone. It is 11:16 on the morning of October 7th, 2021, and today I get to do a positive $2,220 recap. Pretty nice day. My daily goal is $500 a day on average. Pretty far off from that, really. The past, well, I guess it's probably been 6 months have been a little bit tough. And so, well, as a trader, you got to adapt and overcome. All right. So today or yesterday at the end of the day, I came in and I bought options on the SPY and the IWM. And actually, I averaged into the IWM options in the morning and then some more in the afternoon. And as I was on my way to pick up my oldest son from school, the news hit that Mitch McConnell had extended an olive branch on negotiations for legislation the Democrats are pushing, as well as the debt ceiling. So I had that's a pretty good indicator that the next day is going to be a gap up. There's going to be positive. That news goes around. There's actually a lot of pressure and a lot of fear out there right now with that debt ceiling, it seems to be there's sort of this anti-American mood within one of the parties, one of the political parties. There are two dominant political parties in the United States, and one of the political parties is just really anti-America, and it wouldn't surprise me to see them push us over a financial cliff, just to hurt the country they think is based on racism and systemic racism and patriarchy and xenophobia and blah blah blah. Well, anyway, so yesterday I put on a really small short on MRNA and on NVAX, and then pre-market here you can see at about 8:22 and 8:21 in the morning, I shut those positions down. They started turning around in the morning, and so I was like, well, let me just, I consider, even though these are two different companies, I consider them to be it's kind of the same trade, and so yeah, I just took a little bit of profit there. Same thing, IWM after the opening. I started taking profit. SPY, same thing. I took profit at the opening on those two contracts. And then AFRM, I took profit. I was watching AFRM, and in fact, I was watching AFRM so closely, I actually missed the other trades that I had on watch today. Let's just kind of go over it. The first thing that I had on watch was NFE, and it did a fantastic job. It opened up. Let's see, I put my Fibonacci, right there at the open. It went up and just continued to go up, and it hit the next Fibonacci level right up here. Great moves. No, I can't say I missed an entry on this one because there's no entry. I mean, I guess this one little pullback right here could have been an entry, a break of this pullback from 31.21 up to 32.54 actually. That probably would have been a good spot to have gotten in on NFE. So there was a trade there, but I just wasn't paying attention to NFE because I was looking at the IWM, the SPY, and AFRM, and as well as Moderna and NVAX. TTM, actually, let's see here. Actually, it did a great job. Here's a really nice morning pivot at 25.11, pushed past this support and resistance line that acted as resistance in the morning, and then went on to make a high here, in the high 25s. Yeah, in the high 25s. So, I mean, from 25.11 up to, 25.76, I probably would have captured maybe 30 cents of that move. I probably would have chickened out. If I didn't chicken out on this dip right here, then I probably would have chickened out. I don't know. It's hard to say, hindsight being 2020. But I don't know if I would have been able, after having put on the position at 25.11, I don't know if I would have been able to watch it go all the way to 25.44 and then dip back down to 25.22 and stay in the trade. So, a close approach to this support resistance line, I don't know. Hard to say. I may have stuck with it. I may not have. BILI opened up and took off. Yeah. And then hit the next Fibonacci level up here. It's really good. Now this one, I don't think I would have seen an entry on, other than I don't see an entry here for this move from 67.95 to 70.26. Really nice move, but without a pullback or anything to trade against, without like a temporary pullback, and then a break through that pullback or anything. I mean, it just opened up and went. I probably, if I were paying really close attention to it, I probably wouldn't have traded that anyway. JD is another one that did well. And again, I wasn't paying attention to it, but taking a look at it, let's see. Yeah, first minute run up, I don't really see a great trade here. I mean, it did come back to its open right here and test the opening price. Let's see, the open today on JD, according to TradingView, let me move this over, is $74.95. Let's see what it is on the level 2. $74.96, so at least it's close. And so then it came down and tested the open right here on this candle, made a low of 74.91, and then did a decent job heading up to about 76 or so. There may have been a trade there. If I were paying close attention to it, like this was the only stock that I was watching this morning, may have taken an entry there. Maybe have taken an entry at the cross above the open. Hard to tell. There were at least a couple of trades there, though. All right, MRNA. Okay, MRNA is, so I'm glad that I took profits this morning on MRNA, because it wound up coming up to just below, actually it broke through the price where I started shorting it yesterday. And I might actually, this thing came up and bumped right against this, this Fibonacci level right here. But it definitely put in a big move this morning. I let it go this morning right around 3.0. I don't remember. Let's see. I was in at about 3.15 per share. I made $9.82. That morning, the pre-market action was right around 3.05. Is where I let it go. Oh, actually, I have the time. Let's look. Let go of Moderna 8:22 in 19 seconds. So let's find 8:22. 8:22 right there. Yeah, I let it go in here. So okay, and I could have held on to it for a little bit more profit, but I didn't know that it was going to dip down. And in fact, today's an update on the market. The upward momentum, or the sort of upward push on the broader market is going to lift all boats. So today is probably a good day. In fact, I'm going to put in an order, a really small order for 10 shares short here at this Fibonacci. If it comes up and breaks it again, and I'm in for 10 shares short, then if it moves against me by $10, it's only a $100 loss. I mean, I say only $100. But 316.97 right there. Really did a good job today of making a textbook move to that Fibonacci, and then bounced away a little bit. I mean, it's not like it made there was no huge rejection at that price. I'd rather see it make a gigantic rejection. Like, I'd rather see it do this right here. Yesterday went to this spot right here yesterday. Let's see, that's a high, 316.78. What the Fibonacci is 316, 90 something, 97. and then really rejected, really failed that Fibonacci, and then really got pushed away from it yesterday. I'd rather see that happen today. Instead, it seems to have hit it, and now it's kind of hanging around up high. So I don't know, maybe if this thing breaks and holds this Fibonacci, then it's probably back on its way to this Fibonacci right here, where, it really dumped below. So there's no telling how this thing is going to behave. So then NVAX, I definitely could have gotten out of this one. I didn't get out of this one profitably. Let this one go about 30 seconds before I let Moderna go, and its price was over. I think I was in at like 163.86. Actually, no, that's not it. Well, anyway, so between the two, it's profitable by about $70. Then the IWM, LW. I put in orders on LW every 26 cents. So at 53, I started at 53.61, and I put in an order for 20 shares, and then went up 26 cents and put another order for 20 shares, went up another 26 cents and put in an order for 26 shares. So the highest price that I had was $53.13 or something like that. Here, let's just do some math. So 53.61, 53.61 plus 26 plus 26. It was 105.60. No, that's all right. 53.61 plus .26 plus .26. There we go. 54.13. So I had 20 shares at 54.13, and this stock came down to a low of $54.18. So I missed an entry by 5 cents, and then it went from that 54 range really quickly. Let's look at the 1 minute. I think it was within the first 1 minute. Within the first 1 minute, it went from 54.18 to 55.95. A high of 55.94. So too bad, near miss. Would have been nice to have been a part of that trade, but missed it. So I'm not going to cry about it. Then AFRM, I was keeping a close eye on AFRM. I'm looking for a push past 146.90. That would be just wonderful. But today, it couldn't make it past yesterday. Well, I'm sorry. It made it past yesterday's high, and I was keeping a close eye on it. What I would have liked to have seen it done is make it past yesterday's high, find support, and continue on. But it's not. It didn't do that. And so I went ahead and let go of another one of the options that I had. I just want to protect profits, So I let go of one of the options yesterday, and now I let go of one of the options today. It's not not bad. Not a bad trade. I'll take it. It could end up higher, but then I could also end up flat on it. Which, if I don't take any profits, I don't want to end up flat. I could come in tomorrow, and this thing would be back down where I started buying the options. 3 days ago on the 4th. Yeah. Back here on the 4th. All right, come in tomorrow, this thing could be gapped all the way back down again, which would really, really stink. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this thing has a lot of energy to push forward, push higher. When it gets to 146.90, I would want to take more profits there. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much my trading day in a nutshell. There's the SPY this morning. So the SPY gapped up. I bought those options yesterday, really close to the close. Did a really nice job of gapping up this morning. I think we're at close to the bottom of this breakup candle. So a close over 441.40 today would be big. That would be a big deal if we can close over 441.40 today. I'll keep my eye on it on the phone. And then there's IWM. IWM did the same thing, gapped up today, and did a really good job of running up. I took profits really close to the open. So did I miss out on some upside? Yeah, I missed out on some upside, but I'm also, I've got more options waiting in the wings on the SPY and the IWM, and I will see about, possibly being able to pull more profits from that trade. They're, I don't want to say they're deep in the money, but they're well in the money. So, all right, everybody, good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.